This week on the Organized Life podcast.
And so I can spend days getting those systems just right.
Yeah.
And then if I stop following them with the ADHD and then I can tend to beat myself up. And then I
Mm,
can have this conversation about, like, I can't believe you spent those 4 days creating this system. That was such a
yeah.
waste of time. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
When no, your system organization, whether it's in your work and how you email your podcast guests, or how you touch base with your clients, or whether it's in your closet, or whether it's in your nutrition, sometimes it's going to get wackadoo.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like every closet's going to get dirty.
Hey, and welcome to the Organized Life podcast, where we are creating a movement with powerful organizing strategies and systems that will save you space, time, energy, and money. I am your host, Tequila Renee, the life organizing strategist and the owner of Extreme Audacity Organized Solutions. Well, listen, if you guys have been tuning in, you know that last week I got to have an amazing conversation with Amy Chang. And listen, it was so awesome. We talked forever. I didn't realize I could record a podcast for that long. So we broke it up for you guys so that you will not be like, oh my gosh, when is this going to end? Well, listen, we talked for forever. Even after the podcast ended, we kept talking. But listen, I did give you guys a behind the scenes. So check it out on the socials. If you didn't get to see the behind the scenes, you want to check that one out. All right, so my girl Amy Chang is a nurse practitioner turned stay-at-home mom turned CrossFit trainer turned owner, and she is a health coach. So if you want to hear her full bio, go ahead and check it out in the previous episode. Listen, she was like, short bio, Tequila, I've been on this world for 52 years. I got a lot to say, but she did a great job of giving me that short bio. All right, so we are here for her next episode. I think this is episode 16. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. I promise you guys did not miss anything. All right. So let's get into it. That's one of the hardest things was for me was to learn how to say no and don't feel a type of way about it. Like, I actually get joy in saying no. Like, girl, you did that. You said no. And like, I'm happy that I said no. You don't have to. I used to try to do everything for everybody.
Mhm.
And I was exhausted mentally, physically, I was over scheduling myself. So like I would overbook myself and
Good book.
I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot I told this person I would do that, and then I would be running over here. Like, so when we talk about the organized life, it's not just about your physical space. And that's where I was like when years ago, my physical space was good. But listen, I would be a mess on trying to figure out life,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
And one of the things I noticed about you, like even early on when I first started working with you, you were pretty organized in your physical space. I did a lot of tweaking to the things that you had, but how do you feel like organization has affected your life overall? Um, like say for instance, you didn't have it, and now you have. Like, how has it affected you
Well, I
being
will tell
organized?
right off the bat. So my mama is really super organized too.
Yes.
And when I was at home, little latchkey kid in the summers, she'd be leaving us a list of like what sentence diagramming we had to do, what typing
Yeah.
lessons we had to do, what chores we had to do. We do all that. We go to the pool. You ride your bike up to the pool. And she did that every day. And that
Mm,
in itself is organization, right?
mhm.
Taking the time every day to write down what it is you would like your A team to do.
Yeah.
So, uh, so coming from that upbringing of
Yeah.
having, like, she's a very organized person. I love systems. I love
Mm,
to create systems. I
yes.
think that there's nothing like the exhilaration that comes when you stand back and you look at the closet
Yeah.
especially if you've actually, I love my tools now. So if I've actually gotten to build a shelf or something,
Yes.
I'm gonna have to show you what I did to Maggie's closet. But
We
yes,
we built your closet in your other house.
yeah, we did. I know.
She was like, "We're building this closet," and I was like, "Okay, girl." And we literally, I don't
We
even
knocked it
remember
out.
how we figured it out.
We knocked it out. You give
We
us a
did.
power tool, we're on.
We killed it. We put all kind of stuff on the other side, little pegs, and
We
it was
did.
so cute. A little galley closet.
I know it was great. It was great
Yes.
because I could like all of Max's little drawings. I had all of those up. I had my ribbons from weightlifting and running, dumb stuff like that. But it was my little closet. So I think we had clothes on one side and
Yep.
then like jewelry and scarves and stuff on the other
Yep.
side. And then my knickknack, all the pottery that the kids have made that is really it's too ugly to put in the house. But you have to keep it.
We have to keep it.
I have to keep it. Mama ain't throwing that out.
Mm-mm.
So, like, from the satisfaction of like just standing back to seeing that, to then like, I don't maintain organization very well. And so I'll make these big systems. Okay, this is welcome to the crazy. Okay. I'll take days to create systems, whether it's a calendar system based on where my values are. That one coach I had, I can't remember his name. He was so cute though. Mhm. We show up for your coaching.
Listen.
So, and he says to me one day, he says, I was overbooked and overstretched, and he
Mhm.
said, Amy, what do you value the most? And of course, I told him, my family and my blah 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 blah. And he's
Yeah.
like, so look at your calendar. Is that on your calendar?
Mm.
Mm-hmm. No, no, none of that shit was on my calendar.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the task, the task, the task, the task.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I'll take days. And actually, I like to do this seasonally because you're exactly right. Like my life doesn't stay the same. I'm at the beach. When it's summertime, this girl is out. Okay.
Right. Amy
I'm
be
on,
outside, y'all. She be
I
outside.
am. I am. I had a friend the other day that said, were you wearing a black bikini riding your bike from the beach the other day? And I was like, yes, I was.
That
She
was me.
She said, "You look so free." And I'm like, I don't know what I look like in that bikini riding that thing, but I was having a great day.
You
So
look free. You felt free. Clearly.
clearly, if you're half naked, riding your bike past your church after being at the sound, I did. And then I was like, oh crap, they're just getting out of service. Well, all right, here it is.
I'm out here now. It's too late.
Done. Yeah, avert your eyes. So like I try to change my systems up calendar wise, fitness wise, nutrition wise, seasonally, work wise, you know.
Yeah.
And so I can spend days getting those systems just right.
Yeah.
And then if I stop following them with the ADHD and uh, then I can tend to beat myself up. And then I
Mm.
can have this conversation about, like, I can't believe you spent those 4 days creating this system. That was such a
Yeah.
waste of time. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
When no, your system organization, whether it's in your work and how you email your podcast guests, or how you touch base with your clients, or whether it's in your closet, or whether it's in your nutrition, sometimes it's going to get wackadoo.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
every closet's going to get dirty.
Yeah.
You can just do a double check in, like, oh, do I need to update my system? Or
Yeah.
is there something that I need to deal with that I haven't dealt with? Like, I'm not sleeping well, I'm traveling more, that's keeping me out of functioning in this
Yeah.
system. So I think for me, the way organization works and doesn't work in my life is when I am organized and the system I have in place is working, everything seems to flow and it feels good.
Yeah.
When it stops feeling good, it's either my system is outdated because now
Yeah.
I'm going to be outside more and I need to adjust my work hours,
Right.
or I've got something that is gnawing at me that I have not been responsible for.
Mm.
Hmm.
Here's the thing too, when we're living life and we are outside,
Mm.
right? we're enjoying life. Sometimes we just need to stop and do a little maintenance. It's just a quick pick me up, right? It's not always we got to restructure the system. Sometimes it's just, oh, I've been outside, I've been doing a lot. Let me get myself together. Let me gather myself, get all these things back in place. Let me get the mail in order, get my laundry in order. And then, woosah, I can breathe
Oh,
again.
feels so
So
good.
it's not always I gotta restructure. It's sometimes I just gotta do a little bit of maintenance. Let me tweak this. Let me fix the pantry up a little bit. I've been just throwing stuff in there. I've been busy, all these things, and you just gotta tweak it a little bit, do some maintenance on it. Uh,
Okay, so I think you're totally right on that. And there are days like I'll get up and I'll really be like, I need to be productive today. But no, actually, what I need to do is just pick up all those little, it's like death by a thousand paper cuts, all those little tiny things that are just sort of like the wheels are off the bus a little bit.
uh,
So I want to know from you, because I
mhm,
know you deal with people dealing with this all the time.
yeah.
Um, I tend to, if I need to go into the like death by a thousand paper cuts, just like cleaning up stuff, I can
Mhm.
sometimes get into my head about like, God, I'm such a mess. I'm blah, 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 blah. Do you deal with people who are struggling with that chatter?
Yeah, and I think what people don't understand is that once you get organized, you will not stay organized. I mean, you stay organized to a sense, but the organization needs maintenance. Like, even in my house, it can get if I'm outside, if I'm doing a lot, if I'm traveling, if I'm volunteering a lot at my church, or if whatever the case may be, if when I don't maintain my laundry, my kitchen, my office area, my mail, it gets out of whack.
Mm.
And I just got to take a day. It's like, okay, girl, like you got to get it together. But yes, clients are always in their head. Like we beat ourselves up so much about certain things that's unnecessary. It's just you got to do the work. Right? It's like there's no bad, there's no right, there's no wrong. It's just, okay, you're out of whack right now. How can I get back on the train? How can I get things running smoothly again? And a lot of times it's just, I gotta just do the laundry. Let me take a day to do the laundry. I gotta get the mail together. And you don't have to do all of it at one time, especially if it piled up for a long time. You already know the system is in place. I know where the mail goes. I know where the laundry goes. Let me just do it. Okay, take a day to do the laundry, take a day to do the kitchen, take a day to do the pantry, or whatever the case may be. But yes, we are all in our heads, myself too, and mine is more about my eating and working out, my health. I'm on a serious health journey, and I get in my head about all the things that I don't do
Yeah,
right, and all the things that I do right. That doesn't matter.
it's such a bad neighborhood in there.
Such a That doesn't matter. It's
The
all
bad
the things
neighborhood in
that
that end.
yeah. All the things that I didn't do. That's
Uh-huh.
what I focus on. So we have to show ourselves grace in
Hmm.
those times when things feel out of whack, because if we don't, we're just going to beat ourselves up and you basically will probably not do anything.
Yeah, no, I go into freeze.
Yeah.
It's going to
And
shut down.
I'm like you too. Like I am, listen, baby, I can create a plan, a system, and like, okay, now you created it. Have you implemented anything? Have you done anything on this list? And listen, I love planning. I love creating,
So
but
good. And you don't have to do anything. It's just planning.
it's just the planning. I'm so good at it. I love it. And so I did this test. It's a GC index, and it talked about you rate yourself or you answer all these questions, right? And then it tells you the type of person you are. And so I am a visionary,
Mm.
and I am a finisher. So I'm at the beginning and I'm at the end. All the stuff in the middle, the implementing, all that other stuff, I could care less about. Okay, now I have to do it sometimes, but however, when you can get an assistant to do all the little bitty things in the
Truth.
middle, that's what helps me because I'm a visionary. I can see it. I can, and then I can finish it. After you do all the hard work, I'm gonna critique it and show you exactly how it can be completed.
Yeah.
So that's
Wrap it
that's
up.
me too. When you were talking about that, I was like, yeah, that's me too.
It
So,
is.
um,
I just today made a little list of about 1,000 different paper cuts that are on my list right now of like, well, the deck needs to be pressure washed and the debris needs to be gotten off the roof and like all these things that kind of nag at me. And especially during this time when I'm
yeah.
stressed, the last thing I need to do is come home and see all the 50, 11 things I hadn't done. So
Mm-hmm.
I just said, I'm turfing all this out. And then I decided I would make a system. I decided like, okay, some of these things need to be like on the regular, like the filling up the bird seed.
I was just
And
gonna say that.
and so I'm like, girl, you need to go ahead and make that. And it might be a monthly checklist or a quarterly checklist. And then you can either turf it easily or you can do it yourself. And, but at least it's those things that you don't have written out and you see them when you come in the house and you're dead dog
Mhm.
tired, unloading the dog and everything else. And you're like, God, I need to clean that. And then you go inside the house and it's like, whoosh, gone.
Yep.
And then the next time you come home, guess what's waving hello? All the
Yep.
debris on the roof
Yep.
and your
It's
failure.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You
It's
so all of those little bitty things that kind of get pushed under the rug, if we would just put them in our calendar on repeat for every 2 months, every 6 months, every 3 months, or whatever, that would help take the load off. Or
yeah.
if you have the pressure washer guy's number, tell him come back every 6 months. Put the responsibility on him, right?
Oh,
So that will be off of you, and hopefully if he's a great business person, he'll have you on his calendar and he'll send you that text. Hey Amy, I'm coming out this day at this time, and I just wanted to let you know, because that way you don't have to worry about it. If you have somebody to do the exterior things, put the responsibility off on them so that you don't have to worry about it.
and it's the setting up, creating the system and kind of setting up who's going to execute that and
Yeah.
how I'm going to manage it. Because you know me, girl, I love to 0, 100 manage. I either love to completely micromanage you or be like, yeah, that's yours. Peace out.
Listen, me
Gray
too.
zone. I got to
Yes.
get in the gray zone. I got to
Yes.
learn to delegate. I got to learn that, yes, I've turfed it off to him and I've said, you're going to call me in 6 months, right? But I've still got it on my calendar.
That's right.
And I should have heard from him by such and such date.
Right. Yeah.
Because
Right.
it's at the end of the day, it's my dadgum house.
Yes.
And I am the source for that.
Yeah.
So that has been a real learning lesson for me. And even like when I look back at my parenting was very either I'm going to stand over you and tell you exactly what sweet white lady said that. I'm going to ride herd. Or I'm going to be like, I told you to do that. And then 2 weeks later, when I notice you haven't done it, because I wasn't even paying attention, then I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to be pissed and feel
Yep.
disappointed and all alone and martyr myself all over again.
Mm-hmm.
It just
For being
doesn't
a bad
work.
parent. Yeah.
Yeah, it just does not work. So
Yeah.
that's where organization has come in for me. Is that
Yeah.
I can now not just make a system and then not do it and then be mad at myself for not doing it. But now I can make a system that's simpler and also delegate and get coaching and help without feeling guilty or justifying like, okay, well, it would take me 5 hours to do this project. If
Yeah.
I pay her, then I mean, if I were working, I could generate. Stop it.
Yeah.
Get some help and get
Yeah.
it done, and it's okay.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
listen, that power washer guy can be on your 18.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's on the list. He knows like to come, right? So I think that's what even in the reaching out to our friends and families, we have to expand our mind to what that even looks like. and making provision for all of the little bitty things, because those are the things that get missed, right? All the little bitty things that we like. You don't have to like power wash every day,
Mm-mm.
right? But my health, I got to eat every day. I got to do certain things every day. And so when we don't put those structures in place for those larger items, those larger tasks, they get pushed under the rug, and then it gets too bad, or we
Yes.
get frustrated with ourselves. Um,
And
and
then
so,
you walk into defeat. It's like you
yes,
walk into the 15 things that just they're not complete.
yes,
And they
yes,
just scream out to you, you're not good enough. That's a
yeah,
good day.
yeah,
you know? So, and it doesn't mean that. It just means you need some help and you need some systems and
uh,
it's gonna be okay. You need a big hug.
and you need a big hug from Amy. What do you feel like this organization was stealing from you?
Oh, the list is long and I'll try to be concise. Focus,
Mm,
joy, creativity, self-esteem, time, time,
hmm.
time, and time.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I think those are the big ones.
Yeah. Those are good.
Oh, they are loud and proud, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what a lot of people don't get is how much it's stealing from you.
Oh
How
yeah.
much being disorganized is stealing from you. It's stealing your space. It's stealing your time. The one thing we can never get back. It's stealing our energy. It's stealing our money because we are all over the place duplicating
Yeah.
tasks,
Yeah.
or, draining ourselves because we don't have the system in place. And so you're buying things you've already bought. So you're wasting money. You're looking for things that you just had because you didn't put it
Yes.
in the place where it belongs. And so, but time is one of the biggest things. One of my other guests, that was her big thing. She was like, my time. She was like, don't waste my time.
I know, right? I think when I work with clients, it's kind of same, different, right? Their their health structures are disorganized, which
Mm,
can mean your physical space. It
yeah.
might be something else. It might be your sleep hygiene. It might be your nutrition, your workout schedule, or whatever. Your structures there. And I always tell them that the thing that hits us the hardest is our experience of ourselves. I
Mm,
take responsibility for the structures in place that allow me to care for the things that I own: my body, my kitchen, my laundry, my car, my exterior.
mm-hmm.
When I take the time to care and nurture for those things, my experience of myself is that I'm a capable, put together, loving, caring human being.
Yeah.
When I step over those things, and let them fall to the wayside. My experience of myself is that I'm not capable.
Yep.
I am not enough.
Yep.
I am failing. And then, the list could go on depending on your own particular trigger. Is it
Yeah.
you're a bad person? In the South, you'd really be a terrible mom slash woman if you weren't a good housekeeper, or,
Yeah.
not grateful, wasteful, all those things that we make up. And that's right there waiting for us. And so I think one of the biggest things for me is when my desk is organized, when my dishes are done, when the little things are in place. The experience of myself is like, I'm doing it.
Yes. It feels so good.
Yeah.
And I
Um,
know I'm a professional organizer. Everybody thinks my house is stellar. Listen, my house is very organized, but it
mhm.
gets messy. I live here. My
Yeah.
kids
Yeah.
live here.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's just we live life, and I am type A personality. However, there's levels to it, and I'm not one of those super rigid people. I'm very relaxed. Like my house is very peaceful and relaxing, and there is structure, but at the same time, we still live our lives. So here's my last question, and then we're going to talk about your podcast a little bit.
Oh,
What's on your the next step on your organizing journey? What do you see for yourself?
oh, okay. So Maggie is moving out.
Yeah.
I've said that about 4 times. Can you tell? Like my mom was like, "Now you're gonna miss her so much," and I'm like, "I'm taking her room."
And that's okay. I am. You're right, Mom.
I know, and I am. I
I
do
want
miss
to
her.
miss her.
I would miss her. Now get out. Get
Yes.
out. Your room is now my recovery room. So my next big thing, since you and I met, uh, I had two houses that I raised the children in, and then I downsized those into a house, and now I've moved into another house, and the children have all like flown and grown, kind of, and I have their stuff. My daddy died, so I
Yeah.
have his stuff. My mama moved out of our family home that we've been in for 50 years, so I have some of that stuff. I think that the next step for me is honestly um, getting a storage unit. It was a
Mm,
big decision for me, and it came probably one day. I think I was outside somewhere, and I was just so pissed off. I was so mad because I've got everybody's crap. I've got my kids' crap because they're in like apartments and dorms, and they can't keep their crap yet.
mhm.
Got my daddy's crap because I'm not ready.
Did you already get the storage unit?
Not yet.
Okay, you don't get it until I come out there.
Okay, yeah, that's a deal. That's a
That's
deal.
the deal?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And the humidity down here is hard. So it's hard to put like I've got Mama's bed. Mama gave Maggie her bed. Maggie wants to keep her bed, but she can't have it right now. She's in a furnished dorm.
Uh,
Can't put it downstairs in the garage. So, like there are little things, but I was getting mad about it.
mhm.
And so managing and allowing space, like my daddy gave me his teddy bear that when he had when he was little. He gave me several things in a box labeled Amy. And I want to be a good steward of that. And I
Mhm.
want to let go of that when I'm ready to let go of it.
Right.
And I
Oh, yeah.
also don't want to keep, a yearbook from 1966 that I really don't want to have.
Yeah.
So, I think that's probably when I moved down here 3 years ago, it was in the hardest year of my life. I was in the midst of a huge heartbreak and then I tore my Achilles tendon. So
Yeah.
I had a huge heartbreak and then I had a pretty long recovery. And so my house is just it's sort of it's been in a holding zone.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, I hate to even say this, but my next organizational thing is get a personal assistant
Mhm.
and a business assistant
Mhm.
because we are going to grow this business,
That's
even
right.
though we're dealing with mommy. We're going to take care of mama, but we're going to grow the business too. And then organize the whole dadgum house. It's a new
Yes.
chapter. I'm chomping at the bit. Maggie's room is going to become a recovery room. I think I'm going to put my sauna in there. That may or may not require some construction
Right.
costs. So it may happen in a year or two. But I think the sauna's going to go in there. I'm going to put a Murphy bed in there. I'm going to put a rug in there. It's going to be
Oh,
space. I'm very excited. And you know what? I had to do that too. I've discovered that I need to create things that I look forward to,
yes.
especially
Yeah.
when I'm in stress. They can be the dumbest things. Like every week I have breakfast with a friend. That is one of the things on my calendar. So one of the things on
Oh,
my values, it's on one of the things on my calendar.
yeah.
So I'm really excited about making her room my recovery room.
No way. I can't tell.
I know. Such a goofball. So yeah, I hate to not have a specific answer, but like, yeah, all that.
That was a great answer. That
Okay,
was
great. A
yeah, that was
plus.
great. What'd you say?
I said A plus.
A plus. That was a great answer. Very detailed. So let's talk about your podcast. Tell us about your podcast.
Well, my podcast is called Healthy AF, and it really stands for Amy and Friends, but it could stand for other stuff too.
Oh, because I was under the impression it's still for something else, but I like that one too.
Yeah, Amy and Friends. And sometimes it's Amy. Most of the time it's just Amy, but sometimes I have friends. You've been on there.
Yes.
And we just talk about all things health, mostly the mindset that keeps us stuck in patterns. And my podcast is just a vulnerable, real life, get up in here, sister, because all of us are in the same boat. You're not by yourself. You can do it. There is help if you need it. Listen in, see if you can get something for yourself today. I think that's
Yeah.
it in a nutshell.
Yeah. Uh, I love how vulnerable you are.
Mm,
Like I haven't met too many people that are as vulnerable as you that um I mean, you're not super carefree about what you share, but at the same time you are.
mm,
Like you've let me in and you didn't have to, right? But we had some amazing moments and your podcast does the same thing. You let people in and share your life and your experience, and that's what makes it so good.
oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That.
One of my favorite things about you is that how vulnerable you are.
You know, it takes something to be vulnerable, but I lived so long the other way.
Yeah.
And I know what that feels like, and I don't want that.
I don't know that, Amy.
No.
I only know this one, and I love her. And we didn't really get much into our experience going through Landmark. Not trying to advertise for them or anything, but that brought us even closer together. Like that was a great experience and something you gifted me, and it was life changing for me. And I did that one, and then I did everything.
Mhm. Yep.
Went through the whole program and it really just brought us closer together because we were sharing that experience together, doing the transformation together. So,
It
uh,
did. It changed my life.
yeah,
You know,
mine's.
I often say, I got to sit with my dad and sing to him as he died. And, you know, a year before, it wouldn't have happened because I
So
really
you were
did
in
not like
Landmark?
him. Yeah, yeah. So I had my daddy came to me with dementia in the spring of 16, and I did my first landmark. I did the forum in November of 17.
Yeah.
So I had him for about, 15 months, and I was so resentful, and I was such a martyr and such a victim. I avoided him. I was mad because we weren't close and I felt like he didn't love me and didn't take care of me. And now here I am having to raise teenagers, own a gym, and take care of my demented daddy. And I was pissed. And
Mm,
it was all about me.
mm,
And sitting there in the Landmark Forum, uh, I guess it was on Friday. And we started talking about how we see other people and how we create them in our minds. And I got it for myself that when I was 12, I created that he was embarrassing and didn't love me.
mm.
And I left that at break. You know how you do.
Yes.
And I called my daddy, and he couldn't answer the phone, right? Because he's in the nursing home by now. He doesn't know how to use the phone. But they get him on the phone, and I said, "Hey, daddy." And he said, "Hey, Amy." And like I got it in that moment that all I had to do was exist to bring him joy. And from there on out, my caring for him completely shifted.
Mm,
And I got to have joy with this guy that I had really been disconnected from for
mm,
30 some years, you know? And to think that I got the privilege of being with him as he left the planet, and that would
mm,
not have happened had I not started taking responsibility for my feelings in my life.
mm,
Massive, massive shift. really, I say that everything about this Amy is a gift of the Landmark Forum and the Landmark programs.
Wow. Yeah. I'm not gonna get into mine because I'll get emotional.
I
So
know, right?
we're gonna end it right
It
there because
happens when you start taking responsibility for your life and you surround yourself with your tribe who is also taking responsibility for their lives. When
and
you get
holding you responsible for taking
absolutely,
responsible
yes, with love.
with love.
With love, with no other motives. I didn't gift you the forum with this idea that then you could go open a business or that then you would stay my assistant but be a different way that I wanted you to be. There was no motive.
Mm-mm.
And so when
It
you
was
don't have that
so
motive, you can,
pure.
and that's one reason you get a coach. Because a
Yeah.
coach doesn't care if you never organize that closet.
Mm-mm.
We don't care. We
No.
will not judge you. We will not talk about you behind your back. We will not pity you. We'll be
Mm-mm.
like, do you want this? Yes, no. Would you
Right.
like help? Yes, no. Let's roll.
Let's go.
Yeah, I got you. I'm
Right.
right beside you. I won't
Yeah.
leave your side. I tell all my clients now. I started doing this when I shifted my packaging. And so I went from like very structured, we're going to work for 6 months and we're going to have, weekly meetings and then every couple of weeks and every month to like 6 months, I'm your best friend. If we are meeting once a week, great. If we meet once a week for 6 weeks, 6 months, fine. If we are ready to break it up, if we need to have an emergency call, if you need me to look up 9 different types of magnesium between our, all good. Six
Mm-hmm.
months, I'm your best friend. And that shifted the way I see my role for my people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that people aren't used to that. They're not
Yeah.
used to someone who is just like, I'm with you.
That's right.
I don't care what you be
Yeah.
doing, but I'm
Yeah.
with you.
That's right. Yeah, so I shifted mine too and added the aspect of after I freaking help you transform your entire freaking house, how are we going to maintain that? Like,
Yes.
so we're going into the coaching aspect of the bi-weekly calls or the week
Yes.
so that you can maintain that aspect of organization that we've already put in place, right? And so that you can continue to live what I call the organized life. That's what my
Mm,
podcast is all about.
I
My
love
business is
that.
all about. We want to create and to continue to living into the organized life.
Yeah, I did that too. I did a couple years ago, I decided I would have like a subscription. Like it's just a monthly call. And so I
Yeah,
had my first client complete her 6 month package and say she wanted to do the subscription. I'm like, okay, I had no idea how it was going to work out. So
right,
it's been a year. And every time she calls me, sometimes she's like, okay, I now like she's like, get down to business. I've been waiting
right.
for this call. This is what we're going to. And sometimes she's like, no, everything's going great. I'm like, great. Tell me about such and such. And she's like, oh, well, we did. Okay, let's get in it. So
Mm-hmm.
this past month, I didn't see her on my calendar. And I
Mm.
realized that while I was taking care of my mama, I had not renewed her subscription. And we had had her very last 12-month monthly check in. And so I was like, I really need to get in touch with her. Well, she texts me and she tells me she's at this big event. It's for women leaders, and everybody was asked to rate how capable they see themselves. She said most of the answers in 125 women were between 2 and 5, and hers was 8. And she said, I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh,
I know it gave me chills.
listen,
And then
those
I
are
was
the
like,
moments we live for.
right. And then I was like, okay, great. Because by the way, we need to have at least one more call, just a freebie, because I forgot to wrap you up, girl. And she's
Yeah,
like, oh no. She says, I put you on my calendar as a standing appointment. And I'm like,
listen,
okay, well, then we need to start charging you this month. Then.
right.
But
Listen, because
it
she
makes
said,
a difference. It's a
I,
tether.
yeah, she like, I'm at an 8, but I want to get to a 10. So I need to keep having these calls.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tether to your sanity and to your organization and your structure. I still keep a coach.
Yeah,
I have my
yeah,
coaching calls.
yeah, you got to.
Got
Your
to.
coach should have a coach.
Yeah, your coach should have a coach, or
Yeah.
you got the wrong coach.
Yeah. Amy, listen, y'all. Okay. We can talk forever.
I know we may have to break this into two, three
Uh,
podcasts.
definitely, definitely. But listen, thank you so much for being here. You guys, Amy is amazing. We're gonna have all of her details in the show notes and the description, all the places that you can get her information so that you can see it and connect with her, okay, on the platforms. And so remember, guys, if whatever strategy or system you are putting in place is not saving you space, time, energy, or money, you need to revisit it. You need to tweak it, okay? Because that's what it's all about. When you're creating the organized life, you want to save in all four areas, okay? So, listen, you guys, we are on a roll. This has been such an amazing time, and we are going to continue in this same vein. Um, I am your host, Tequila Renee. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Amy, you want to say bye?
I want to say thank you so much for friendship, for everything, and I love you.
I love you too.
And I love all y'all listening. I don't even know who you are, but and I'm not kidding.
She's not. She's not.
Yeah. You're not alone. Give yourself some grace. You're so loved.
Yes. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next podcast.
See you
Ciao.
next.